Today's energy feels dense with the weight of loss and separation, mirroring the emotions your person is experiencing. They are struggling with feelings of loneliness and a sense of being ignored by you. However, it's important to note that they are also contributing to this emotional distance. They've been acting withdrawn and uncommunicative, but this isn't because they don't care. Instead, they've been deeply introspecting about your connection, trying to understand their feelings and actions on a deeper level. This period of reflection has been significant for them, as they've reached a point of clarity after a long phase of confusion. Your person has come to terms with how they truly feel about you and the connection you share. In doing so, they've recognized that their past actions were selfish and immature. They now realize that these behaviors have hurt you and, in many ways, pushed you away. Their ego and moments of anger led them to make decisions that they deeply regret, and they understand that they are largely responsible for the emotional gap between you. For many of you, this situation has become exhausting. Your person's constant back-and-forth behavior has likely left you feeling drained and uncertain about their intentions. You've been patient and forgiving, but their inability to provide consistency has tested your limits. Despite this, they are now willing to put in the effort to fix what they've broken. They've reached a point where their desire to repair the connection outweighs their ego. This realization is significant because it shows that they are finally ready to take accountability for their actions. Your person is desperate to change the stagnant energy that has taken hold of your relationship. They know that the current lack of communication is only creating more misunderstandings between you. This silence has become unbearable for them, as it feels like the distance between you is growing wider with every passing day. They are beginning to see the consequences of their inaction and recognize that if they don't take steps to bridge the gap, they risk losing you entirely. Their urgency to reconnect stems from their longing to know where you stand. They want to rush in, even if just to understand whether you still feel the same way about them as you once did. They are deeply afraid that your feelings have changed, and this fear is pushing them to take action. However, they perceive you as embodying the Queen of Swords energy, guarded, reserved, and protective of your emotions. They see you as someone who has set firm boundaries, likely as a result of the pain they've caused. While they understand why you've distanced yourself emotionally, it's also intimidating for them to approach you in this state. What they truly want is to show you a side of themselves that they've kept hidden for far too long. Beneath the surface, your person is more sensitive and vulnerable than they've let on. They've been wearing a false mask, trying to protect themselves from the pain of rejection or confrontation, but they are now ready to take that mask off. They no longer want to hide their emotions or hold back how they feel. Instead, they want to be real with you, to open up and share their deepest thoughts and emotions without fear. This shift in their energy marks a turning point. Your person is tired of pretending, tired of letting their ego and pride dictate their actions. They want to reconnect with you on an authentic level, free from the barriers that have kept you apart. They understand that in order to rebuild the trust and intimacy that once existed between you, they need to be vulnerable and honest. While their intentions are genuine, it's also important to remember that healing and rebuilding a connection take time. They may still stumble along the way, but their willingness to try is a step in the right direction. They are ready to take responsibility for their actions and work towards a healthier dynamic. However, it's equally important for you to assess whether their efforts align with your own needs and boundaries. Ultimately, your person's desire to reconnect stems from a place of love and longing. They miss the bond you shared and are determined to make things right. Whether or not you choose to let them back in is entirely up to you, but but know that they are prepared to lay their emotions bare and fight for the connection they now realize they almost lost. I regret walking away from you. At the time, I genuinely believed I had no choice. Circumstances seemed overwhelming, and I felt cornered, as if leaving was the only path forward. But now, looking back, I see that I made a mistake that cost me something far greater than I ever imagined. My life has turned into a mess without you, and no matter what I try, it feels like there's a void I can't fill. When we were together, I often felt guilty, but I let my pride and arrogance overshadow that guilt. A part of me believed that no matter what I did, you would never walk away from me. I never considered the possibility that you would find the strength to move on. But now, I see it happening, and it's breaking me in ways I can't even describe. I want to start by saying how deeply sorry I am. I lied to you and to myself. I was in denial about so many things, about my feelings, about the truth of our connection, and about the reality of my own fears. But I can't deny it any longer. I know our connection is spiritual. It goes beyond anything I've ever experienced before. You are my twin flame, and losing you has made me realize just how much you mean to me. I know you've had questions about that karmic situation, and I want you to know that it's over, it's in the past. If it weren't for you, I might still be stuck in that toxic cycle, unable to break free. But you gave me something I hadn't felt in a long time, hope. You sparked a fire in me, a desire to change, to become better, to create a life that could honor the love we shared. Even though we've been apart, you've been on my mind constantly. I've been watching you from a distance, keeping a close eye on your social media. Every time I see a new post, I can't help but notice how well you're doing. You look happy, radiant, like you've found peace. I should feel glad for you, and a part of me does, but another part of me aches. I wonder if you've moved on completely, if you've found someone who can give you what I couldn't at the time. There have been so many moments when I wanted to reach out, to say something, anything, just to let you know I'm still here. But every time, I stop myself. I worry that I'd be disturbing your peace, that I'd reopen wounds you've worked so hard to heal. The last thing I want is to bring you pain or confusion. Still, trust me when I say that I've been making plans. I know the time will come when I need to step forward, to make my move. But I don't want to come to you half prepared, with only part of myself to offer. You deserve more than that. You deserve all of me, my heart, my mind, my soul. And I've been working to become the kind of person who can give you that. I don't want to rush this and risk losing you again. I want to be ready, to give you everything you deserve, my special one. At the same time, I struggle with doubt. Will you even want to hear from me? Have you already built a life that no longer has a place for me in it? These questions haunt me, but they also motivate me. I know I can't undo the past, but I hope I can show you that I've grown, that I've learned from my mistakes. I want to prove to you that I'm not the same person who walked away. But I also realize that this isn't just about me. It's about you, your feelings, your journey. If you've found happiness without me, I would never want to take that away from you. In all of this, there's a balance I'm trying to find. On one hand, I want to respect your boundaries and your healing. On the other hand, I can't ignore the pull I feel toward you, the sense that our story isn't over yet. I'm torn between my desire to reach out and my fear of disrupting the life you've worked so hard to build. I don't want to be selfish, but I also can't ignore the deep longing I have to reconnect with you. This situation has forced me to confront parts of myself I'd rather ignore, my pride, my fears, my tendency to run from difficult emotions. It's been a painful process, but one I needed. I've learned that love isn't just about feelings, it's about actions, commitment, and the willingness to grow for the sake of another person. You've taught me that, even from a distance. So here I am, caught between hope and hesitation. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this: I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make things right. Whether that means giving you space or stepping forward when the time is right, I'll follow where my heart leads me. And no matter what happens, I'll always be grateful for the time we shared, for the lessons you've taught me, and for the love that continues to shape me. You are, and always will be, my special one. I feel an overwhelming sense of frustration and disappointment in myself for not being able to take any concrete action toward you until now. It's not that I don't want to, but life has been pulling me in different directions, and I've been grappling with how to navigate everything. Trust me when I say this: soon, I will find the courage to sit down with you and share my heart openly. I will tell you about my plans for the future, plans in which you are a vital and irreplaceable part. My dreams are no longer just my own, they include you, your happiness, and the life we could build together. My heart aches with the thought of what I want to express. I want to marry you and settle down by your side. I want to create a life full of love, laughter, and mutual growth. I dream of reigniting the spark we once shared, of feeling that intense love and passion we've experienced both emotionally and physically. Those moments we shared felt magical, and I want to build a life that nurtures and sustains that magic. You have this incredible ability to make me feel alive, to make me believe that love can conquer even the toughest obstacles. I don't just want to reignite what we had, I want to make it stronger than ever, unbreakable, and eternal. But I know I've made mistakes. I know there have been times when I've gone quiet or disconnected from you, leaving you wondering where my mind and heart truly are. I want you to know that those moments were never about you. They were about me. They were about my need to step back and connect with my higher self. I needed that space to reflect, to gain clarity about this connection and my own purpose in life. It's not easy to explain, but sometimes I feel like the weight of this love, this connection, is so profound that I need to pause and realign myself to truly honor it. Please trust me when I say I am actively working to walk away from anything that no longer serves my highest good. I've realized that holding on to situations or people that don't contribute positively to my life is only delaying my journey toward you. You are the light I want to move toward, and I'm doing everything I can to shed the things that keep me in the dark. It's a process, and it's not always a straightforward one, but I promise you, I'm making progress every single day. There's something I've never told you before, but I want to share it now. When you told me you were in love with me, it felt like I was standing on top of the highest mountain, looking out at a world of endless possibilities. In that moment, I felt like the luckiest person alive. You told me that you felt emotionally connected to me in a way you'd never felt with anyone else, and hearing that was everything I had ever hoped for. It validated every feeling I had for you, every moment I spent imagining a life by your side. That memory is one I cherish deeply, and it reminds me why I'm so determined to make this work. I want you to know that this journey we're on, while not perfect, is one I'm fully committed to. I see a future with you that's filled with love, growth, and endless possibilities. I want to build a home with you, not just a physical space, but a spiritual and emotional sanctuary where we both feel safe, loved, and appreciated. I want us to inspire each other, challenge each other, and grow together in ways we've never imagined. I know it might be hard for you to trust these words, especially after the times I've withdrawn or seemed uncertain. But every moment of distance was a step toward clarity, a step toward becoming the person you deserve. I don't want to come to you half-hearted or unsure. I want to come to you whole, with a heart full of love and a mind clear about our future. The love I have for you is not something I take lightly. It's deep, profound, and transformative. It's the kind of love that makes me want to be better, not just for you, but for myself as well. You've shown me what it means to truly care for someone, to be vulnerable and open in ways I never thought I could be. And for that, I am eternally grateful. So, as I work through my own journey of growth and self-discovery, I ask for your patience and understanding. Know that my heart belongs to you, and my actions, though they may seem slow, are all leading me toward you. Soon, I will take that step and share with you everything I've been holding back. I will tell you about the plans I have for us, the dreams I want us to fulfill together. Until then, hold on to this truth: you are loved, deeply and profoundly. You are cherished in ways words can't fully express. And no matter how long it takes, I will do everything in my power to make sure you know just how much you mean to me. You are my heart, my future, and the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Trust that I am working toward that day, and when it comes, it will be everything we've both dreamed of and more.